So you want to sell your home? Today we're going to tackle the decluttering process. When I meet with sellers for the first time to list their home, they're always concerned about, what do I do with all my stuff? How will I ever get my home show ready? And particularly if they're going to be moving to a smaller home, they don't know what to do with their stuff and how to get rid of it. A really great resource is Elizabeth Hirsch with the Downsizers, which is a move management company, and she calls herself a transitional expert. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hello, Deb. How are you?
I'm great. Well, what is your background and how did you become a decluttering expert?
Yes. Well, we call ourselves downsizing experts or transitional experts because we touch all aspects of the move process. So, or possibly not even a move, maybe an aging in place or just needing to get the home organized and potentially ready to sell in the future. So we cover all of that. My background's quite unique. I have a sales and business marketing background kind of from the technology world. So a lot of project management skills. I also was a realtor in the DC, Northern Virginia market for about 8 years, and I was a listing specialist. So staging actually came very naturally to me, and I've developed a lot of experience with that, of how important it is to make a home buyer ready so that the buyer can see the home attributes and features rather than focusing on the seller's stuff, which is not what we want to focus on. I also have just kind of an interesting personal journey that has contributed to this whole process. And one is which we've moved 11 times in 20 years in our marriage, our adult life.
Wow.
So I became an expert mover in that realm. I also had a health experience in my 30s where I was bedridden for about 5 years. And in that experience, I realized how much stuff can interfere with healing and also moving forward in your life. And that is something that I cannot highlight enough. And we see every day with our clients of being able to let go of things and what can come into their lives when they do let go. So that's a piece of it. I traveled in an RV for 1.5 years. So the ultimate downsizing experience of living in about 150 square feet with 4 people. So that's a whole nother discussion, Deb. and 4 years ago, I downsized 7 family members in about 7 months. So that was due to dementia, death, disability, divorce, and disaster. So gosh,
Wow.
5 Ds. And that was, I realized how complex this process is. And I developed the Downsizers because I knew there were many people in this area that could use this type of help. And we designed services around it.
Wow. What a wealth of experience. You brought your life to this business. It's obvious.
For sure.
As a realtor, when I meet with a client and they're ready to list, what do? You come in, what is the actual process in working with the homeowner to get their home ready to sell?
Sure. So we start with a complimentary in-home consult. I can also provide a virtual consult. We've been doing that for a while now, and that's actually very effective. And I really am able to understand the scope of the project. I can see what we're working with and how much stuff we need to sort through and kind of understand the level of downsize. So is this 50%, 90%, or potentially is this an upside and they just want to kind of, get rid of some of the current items and buy some things new for the new space. I mean, it's a completely different type of space. So there's a lot of situations that involve, children that need to be involved in the project, adult children, as we call them, family members. There's definitely projects that involve, definitely a level of design work, space design. And so that consult allows us to see kind of everything that needs to be included with that move. And from there, we kind of determine what needs to be done in order to list the home. And certainly decluttering is a huge component of that. So our philosophy, a lot of people think that when they're when they're staging a home, you're bringing in furniture and art, and you're kind of decorating the space. We actually use 99% of the time, we use what the client has. Usually it's more than enough to kind of work within a space. And we're actually removing things. We're removing certain pieces of furniture to create better flow within the home. We are certainly decluttering the stuff and taking the personal belongings or the noise in the home. We're taking that out and packing it up. And we're definitely looking at the overall just space design and flow as a buyer is coming in. So we really want the buyer to focus on the features of the home rather than the belongings within it. And so with that, a lot of times we're packing up as we're staging, and we are storing some things that we're staging, but it's really usually about more removing than it is adding to. So that's how we get started.
Okay. And do you ever do estate sales? Or a lot of people ask me about if their stuff is able to be sold.
Sure. So we are not estate sales specialists. We have partners, referral partners that do that. We have over 150 resources here in the Triangle to liquidate items through. So there are situations and examples where estate sales are appropriate, but there are many that are not appropriate. It may not be the right types of things for an estate sale. It may not be a neighborhood that allows an estate sale. And more often that, it's the timeline that doesn't work, because there is a lot of prep for a estate sale that is required. So we typically are doing a lot of liquidation through our resource providers, whether it be an auctioneer, a consigner, a metal liquidator. We'll work with museums, eBay specialists, all different types of liquidating options. So.
Excellent. Well, I know that's always such a big question that people ask me. So it's great to know you have those resources and referral partners.
Yeah, exactly.
So how much does it cost a homeowner if they wanted to have your services? What are your fees like?
Sure. So in the in-home consultation, we break our services down into 4 stages. Our slogan is plan, sort, pack, settle. And pretty much all of our services kind of fit within one of those. So it could be space design, project management. It can certainly be sorting and just the decluttering process, which is more labor than anything, and really making some really great decisions along the way and helping our clients make those decisions and then liquidating what they do not want to keep. Certainly professional packing, unpacking, the design work on the other side within the new home, sometimes personal shopping, if the scale of the furniture is off. So a lot of services within that. Because it is so complex and there's a breadth of services, we charge a flat rate per hour, and it is a blended rate for all of our services. It's all inclusive of the use of our 14-foot ProMaster vans, all of our supplies, all the administrative fees, they're all rolled in. And typically in an in-home consult, I'm gathering information, and then at the end of that consult, I am delivering to the client what an estimate or a range of what that project would cost. Some projects require one person, very simple, very fluid, sometimes very small projects that we'll work on. And then some projects are very large and we have to design, sometimes 10, 12 people around that project because of the timeline and the scope and size of it. And so obviously there's a huge range in costs, but it is based upon an hourly rate per person.
Okay, great. Yeah. Well, if they would like to find out more, how would they contact you?
Sure. So our website is a wealth of knowledge with testimonials and examples at www.thedownsizers.com. Feel free to email me at elizabeth@thedownsizers.com. I'm happy to respond. And also our number is 919-636-7800. And again, if you have any questions, or if you just have a scenario of, I'm thinking about doing this, I am happy to talk that through with you. And we have over 500 projects that are references for us. So usually I can say, oh, we did a project just like this. Would you like to speak with that person? And I really like to connect clients, because I feel feel like that is a great resource of being able to know, well, they're on the other side of this and it worked out okay for them.
Right.
So I hope that people reach out, and happy to answer any questions.
Right. Well, that certainly develops trust when you can talk to someone who's been through that experience and has come out on the other end and still smiling.
Right. That's important, yeah.
Right. Well, I would be happy to work with anyone who is interested in real estate. If you have any additional real estate questions or you're considering a future move, please let me know. I'm Deb McCutcheon with RE/MAX Advantage, 919-971-2900, and I'm with you through the ages and stages of homeownership. Thank you all for joining us. Bye, Elizabeth.
Bye. Thank you.